Listen, y'all, come on in, like, share, comment, all those amazing things. I am so super excited. The launch of the Her Fire magazine, third edition, Women Living Their Life on Fire. So go ahead and click, order your magazine, get your copy, get a copy for your friends, any woman that you know that are looking to live their life on fire. We have some amazing women that was featured. That's the bloopers, right? Amazing women that were featured. So if you're just not coming in, this is the official launch of the Her Fire magazine. Go right now to www.angelabrainenterprise.com. Get your copies. Look, we're going to have right on in with one of the first women that are featured in the magazine. These women were handpicked. These are ministers, these are mothers, these are leaders, these are entrepreneurs, these are preachers, teachers, speakers, coaches, best-selling international authors. We have health professionals, women from all across the board. They are doing their thing. They're touching lives all over the world. They are serving each and every day in their ministry and their organization. These are not average women, but these are women that are feminine, that are impactful, that are rich, that is extraordinary, and they are living their life on fire. So now, what we're going to do is bring the first woman to the stage. I call her Mama. So we're going to bring Mama to the stage. Look, she have adopted me as her daughter. She don't know that yet, but every woman that I know that is seasoned, I want to call you Mama. I want to call you somebody that I look up to for wisdom. Kenora, come to the stage. You can come off mute, and I'm going to ask you some questions. We're going to find out how amazing you are.
Okay.
Awesome. So tell us what it means to be a woman living her life on fire in your own words. But you first tell us who you are, what you do, where you from, all those amazing things.
Okay. So I am Pastor Korona Ross. I hold many hats. I am a speaker, a motivational speaker. I have a ministry. I teach Sunday school. I teach Bible study. I'm a mother, a grandmother, a great grandmother. I am a mother to those in the community. I have been in healthcare. I have done a little bit of everything. I believe, I know for myself, what it means to me to be a woman on fire is, for me, it's a woman who's able to allow the trials, the obstacles that she's gone through to destroy those things that need to destroy. Let that fire destroy those things, and also let that fire refine other things. For example, when I think about my fire of forgiveness destroyed the hands of the enemy as I went through abuse and molestation and almost losing my life and those type things. But that same fire that destroyed also refined and allowed me to talk about it to other young women and allow other young women to be free. And not just women, men too, to be free. It has allowed me to see myself differently, because sometimes when you're going through your refining, you only see your scars, and you see them as ugly scars. But once the refining takes place, you see those scars as life, and you see those scars as blessings. And here's where God brought me through this situation. And here's my testimony. And I have a visual testimony. Some people may only have words to testify, but I can give you my words, but also I have a visual testimony. I like the fire. I like the burning process. I like the heat, because I know as I'm going through the heat, I'm going to come out better than I came in. I like when trials come, my mindset is, as the fire gets hot, what am I going to learn from this situation? It makes no sense for me. It makes no sense for me to go through the situation and learn nothing. It makes no sense for me to go through my obstacles and I'm only complaining and whining. I want to go through and learn. And the one thing I've learned to say when I'm talking to God in the midst of my situation is I make sure I tell him, Lord, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you something because you told me we can reason together. So I want to reason with you, but I'm not complaining. Not in the least am I complaining, because in the midst of everything, I can see how great you are and always will be. And thank you for the refining fire, because you're making me and molding me into who you called me to be. That's what it means to me.
Well, well, well. Well, this sounds like she's a seasoned woman that I've been through some things and talk about some things. Did y'all just hear the wisdom that is coming out? So look, if she says something that touched y'all, I need y'all to put the fire emojis in the chat. I need you to like, tag, share, comment. Let us know where you're coming in from. This is the official launch of the Her Fire magazine, and we just heard from one of our featured women living her life on fire on what it means to be on fire, what the fire means for her. So I want to ask you this. What do it mean to be featured in the magazine? What does this mean for you to be handpicked, for God to put you in my heart and my spirit to be featured?
Oh my goodness, let me tell you something. I'm like amazed that someone even thought about me to be featured in a magazine. The first thought process was, did I deserve to be there? And then I had to talk to myself and say, if God has the best for you, then why don't you deserve to be there? And if God places you on someone's heart, never say no. Because if God is telling me, it's telling them it's you, then it's me. So I'm just honored to be in it. I'm honored that you thought about me. I'm honored that I'm just honored to be there. And I'm sorry about my voice. I've had thyroid cancer, so after talking for a while, it gets kind of groggy. So forgive that part. But I'm thankful, and it's a stepping stone. It's a blessing. I don't know how else to say it other than it's a blessing.
Well, it is a blessing for all your greatness to the little bit to be housed on the pages of the Her Fire magazine. So look, you guys, this is her feature. Go ahead and get your coffee. I am one of the things that I've learned to do in my life of being a leader is making sure that I highlight other women at their greatness. Because I believe as women, we can come together, we can shine together, we can glow up together, we can prosper together, we can elevate together, we can evolve together, we can grow and cry and celebrate one another. And that is what the Her Fire movement is all about, is highlighting women. Okay, I love your story, but I love what your story produced through the fire. So I love it. I love it. So is there any last words that you want to share with everyone?
I would just say, embrace who you are totally. Whether it's things that you once were ashamed of, if that's no longer you, then that's just a testimony. It's nothing to be, not an embarrassment, because there's someone who's coming now, who's walking down that road that you walk now. And in order to keep them from falling over into the ditch, if we tell our story, we can keep people from falling into the same mistakes that we fell into. It's us helping one another. It's a helping hand. That's what's so, when I think about how God made women, he made women so self-efficient, and we have so much love and so much care if we just use it. Society is teaching us how to be in competition with one another instead of us holding each other up and embracing one another. And so I would just say, everything that you've gone through, take it and one else.
I love it.
Don't hide it. Don't cover it up. Embrace it. Take it. And that's what I got.
Take it. Look, embrace it, take it, and use it. Put that in the chat. Embrace it, take it, and use it. Come on. Embrace it, take
it, and use it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for being a part of the Her Fire magazine. Come on, y'all. Let's give her a hand clap. Woo! Woo! Hey, her fire, her fire, her fire. Yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I absolutely love it. So look, we have more amazing women. We have this other amazing woman. She's one woman. God only created one like her. She is a person that is dear to my heart. She is a mentee. She is a sister. She is a friend. She is the greatest person that she could ever be. She's a woman that walk in her truth. She walk in love. She walk in what she says she walks into. Since I've met her, she have evolved so much. I don't know. I know I'm not looking at the same person that I met maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So without further ado, I just want to bring to the forefront Jolie, Rashawn, the Great, aka Jolie the Great, the number one truth expert in the world. Woo woo! How you doing?
I am doing great. How are you?
I am fabulous. I'm excited. The launch of the 3rd edition. It's so funny because when I started the magazine, I said I was going to do one a year.
You did.
I said I was going to do one a year, but I say something, but God say something else. Okay. But we're here, number 3. We launched a year ago, and now here we are launching number 3, the Black Girl Expo, Women Living Their Life on Fire. So tell us, what do it mean to you to live your life on fire?
Wow. So I was listening to Pastor Ross talk, and I was thinking about May of 2019 and where I was, and I was getting ready to walk into this realm, and I was afraid. I was embarrassed by my circumstances right then. I had a broken tooth, and I was so nervous, and I stepped on stage, and my life changed. And I can honestly say that back then I was a coal. I was a black coal that they found in the rubbish, and I have been put through the fire to become the gem that I am now. And it has been pressure. It has been heat. It has been there's been a lot of things, but I will say the one thing that the fire has taught and shown me is that there is great strength through it. And going through my fire, it does not allow me to give up. There is no, sometimes we think there's a plan B. My fire shows me that there is no plan B. This is it. Where God has destined and ordained me to be, that is it. God does not say, well, if my plan don't work out, here's plan B. And so living in my fire, it has grown my confidence. It has given me the confidence to first trust God that where he's taking me, he's leading me in the right direction. It has given me strength and confidence to enter into any room and know that what God has placed on the inside of me, it is going to touch someone else. Living my life on fire has It has just, I've just been excited and amazed, um, just by who my journey helps. And sometimes we don't think, and I think Pastor Ross said it best. Sometimes we don't think we're worthy or think we're valuable enough for those situations until God puts you in a position that you were not expecting, just to prove to you that you're more than valuable and capable of being there. And I'm excited because um, if you look at a fire, um, the fire starts in one area first, and then it catches the other coals and things on fire. So I'm definitely grateful to have caught Angela's fire or AB's fire, because if it wasn't for her lighting her flame next to me, I wouldn't have been able to catch that and then allow the fire within me to grow and then to catch other people on fire. So it's a domino effect. So I'm excited. I know this is only the beginning, and yeah, I'm just excited. I am.
So if somebody that is listening now, and if you're just coming in, like, share, tag, comment, all those amazing things, we are in the official launch of the Her Fire magazine. What advice would you give to somebody else that is looking? She may say, you know what, I'm on fire, but I need to take my fire to the next level. I need something that will just send me into overflow so that I can ignite the fire of somebody else. Because it's one thing to live your life on fire, but it's another for you to be the flame. So let's talk about that.
Um, I think the most important thing is to surround yourself with other women that are on fire. Um, when when if we talk about just a regular fire, it needs lighter fluid. It needs something to keep its flame going. So although I may be on fire one day, sometimes I may get discouraged. I'm human, and I may get tired. So it's going to take someone that I'm connected to that is burning just as much as I am to say, hey, let me put a little lighter fluid on you. Let me put a little energy up under your fire. Let me blow a little breath on you, so that way you can see, hey, I'm still lit, I'm still going. So surround yourself with other women who not only are on their path to building their fire, but who are wanting to see you just as heated and hot as they are.
Yes.
And it takes, like, I don't want to say mama, but Pastor Ross said, we are always in competition and taught to bump heads. But if we take that and join together, man, when I tell you, we will burn down some things that will make the path great for all women. So just knowing that there's another girl on fire that is ready to link up with you
Yeah.
and push you just as much as you can push her.
I love it. I love it. Well, since you brought this up, you brought up May 2019,
Mhm.
walked on stage, and your fire was lit by a woman named AB, right? Since then, what have you been able to accomplish since then?
Um, I'm not stumped because I don't know what I've accomplished. I was trying to count in my head the things that I have accomplished. I have been able to produce and have published um, I'm going to say about 16 or 17 different projects. I have been able to start my own tour, which this made year 3. I have a podcast. I am currently working on my own anthology called Truth or Dare. I am working on my magazine, which is Truth Magazine. I have, and even outside of just the speaking aspect of it, going through this process has built my confidence enough to where this year I won my first pageant. So I have this crown I'm looking at over here that God has just amazed me with. I made the cover of a magazine recently called City Girl Magazine, and I mean doors are steady opening. And a couple of weekends ago, God reminded me just how much value I have. I stepped into a room full of women, and sometimes, sometimes our own mind can try and intimidate us. And when I stepped into the place, it was a lot of older women, and I knew nobody. I didn't really even know the lady that asked me to come speak, and so I instantly got nervous because I was like, oh Lord, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what type of crowd this is. I know what type of person I am, but I don't know what type of crowd this is. And I had to shake that and say, God, if you called me, then I'm for someone. And I didn't even make it off the stage good. And God had reminded me, you are valuable. This is the path that I called for you. And so it just showed me that this is my calling. And as my coach has, constantly told us, I am honored to die empty, knowing that I've poured out whatever God has put in me to share. I'm going to leave this earth empty, knowing that I did everything I was supposed to do.
Yes, love it.
I think I covered everything. I was looking at my little board here. I think I covered
your big board. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I did that because sometimes we forget what God has done through us. And it reminds you and bring it to the forefront. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did like, oh my God. Because now you can see what you have accomplished, right? And now this is how you're setting other women on fire. So here is her feature. Yay! So go get your copies. Get your copies now at www.angelabrainenterprise.com. Get a copy for your friend, your sister, whoever that you want to get a copy for. The third edition, I am so honored to be the visionary, the publisher, and designer for the Her Fire magazine. We have another young lady that is coming to the stage. This young lady is doing her own thing. She is making ways for other women on her side of town. She's walking in her gift. She's walking her greatness, and she have just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirit. And guess what? She shares my name. So that makes her extra, 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 extra special. So none other than Angela Mitchell. Introduce yourself. Let us know who you are.
You sure know how to make somebody blush, don't you? You sure do.
I'm just telling the truth.
I am Angela M. Mitchell. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm all the titles, man. I'm all the titles. I'm a marketing specialist, and I get to help other women just to show up boldly in the marketplace using content and digital marketing strategies. Among other things, right? Among other things. So that's just who I am. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm an auntie, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, and I am a woman on fire sitting here with y'all, right?
Awesome, awesome. So just tell us a little bit. I want to show, look, she got the 2-page spread, y'all, right? She got the 2-page spread. Come on. Come on. Back to her. That's her movement, right? She said. So tell us a little bit about what makes you a woman on fire.
Man, the theme tonight is going through the fire, yeah, apparently, right? And I done been through that fire a couple times. I done been through it and back and through it and back. And just learning myself. I turned 50 years old last year. I'm 51 now, thank God. But it's a different space. You know what I mean? I know what I want. I know who I am. You already couldn't tell me nothing anyway, but you really can't tell me nothing now. You understand? And it's just freedom. You know what I mean? Peace is freedom. The peace of the Most High is freedom. And man, I got it out the mud. You hear me? I got it out the mud. And just to be able to sit here right now with these women is amazing to me. And like Jolie said, I think back a few years from where I came from and the things that I've done. And I know that in spite of all those things, in spite of going in jail, in spite of selling drugs, in spite of running the street, in spite of doing all that, right? God still loves me. I still have purpose. I still have value. And there are other women that I have been able to change and help and empower and inspire because of that. And so that's it right there. I'm bold, I am bodacious, and I just love life. You know, I just love it. I just love it.
She's bold and bodacious.
All the things, honey, all the things.
All of that. She's beautiful. She's powerful. She's bold and bodacious. And she's a woman on fire, and her assignment is to help you to get back to her after you've been through all the stuff that you have been through. So look, now you put it out there. I'm just gonna ask, what was your pivoting moment when you said you went to jail and doing the life of selling drugs and all that? What was your pivotal moment to say, now it's time for me to change?
That, you know, the things that I mentioned, of course, happened, I'm gonna say a long time ago. They happened a while ago. I think a pivotal moment is when I decided, and this was about 2020, somewhere in there. And when I say a pivotal moment, I mean that catapulted me into the space that I am in right now. And that was sharing my story in an anthology for the very first time. And that was the result of another woman, you know, spreading her fire and sharing her fire on me, and seeing me when I couldn't see myself. You know what I mean? And that really was that that moment for me. And it's just been on and popping ever since. I've been on go. You know what I mean? And I don't see no stoplight ever since. And it's about obedience for me. I really think that's just the moment for me, because I really had to realize, like, wait a minute, we only get to do this life thing just the one good time, you know, just the once, right? So why not do what I was put here to do? I was put here to empower other women, regardless of how I'm doing it. This is what I was put here to do. And I think that moment for me was really just realizing that, and realizing, you know, that when God puts you somewhere, it is your responsibility to answer the call. It's your responsibility to be obedient. And so that's what it is for me, is just being obedient, finally listening. I stopped running, you know what I mean? I stopped running from my calling, and I'm listening, and it's working. It's working, right? And I used to be like, not necessarily ashamed, but I used to kind of, you know, push my fire down. Maybe that's the word for it, because I was always too much. You talk too much. You too loud. You too ghetto. You too hood. You fight too much. You're too much, right? You always were too much, but I'm not too much. And, you know, people love me for just who I am. And that's just, you know, and that's just what that is. And I think that being a woman on fire is being able to accept who you are, and just not caring what other people have to think or say about you, because they don't have to live my life. They weren't called to live my life, and I'm good with it, right? So that's what that is for me. I love your face. I love it.
I really hope that y'all caught those words of wisdom that she dropped. I really hope y'all did. Some things you only can learn from a woman that is aged, right? I am 48 and I am just now getting to the point to where I stop. I am in a process of learning to stop caring about what people think about me the most.
I'm telling you.
Always been that extra girl, the one that had to go overboard. And now I'm getting to the point where don't allow my extra to disrupt your common, okay, your common living. I'm gonna be extra because what God put me here, Angela, right?
To be extra, to be extra, I'm so extra.
Right. And if God put you in a space, then it's your responsibility to make sure you answer the call. And it's not coming from your phone, it's not coming from social media, it's not coming through an email, but it's coming from within. And it's your responsibility to say, you know what, God, you chose me for a reason. Because we're real quick to say, well, God, I don't think I'm good enough. God, I don't think I'm this. No, I chose you
Mhm.
for a reason. I
Mhm.
chose you because people look at you and don't see what I put in you. I chose you because you have underestimated yourself and the people around you. It don't care how tall or how short or how big or how pretty, how long your hair is, how light your skin is, how many bumps and how many BBLs you can get. He don't care about none of that. Will you surrender when I call you? Will you just say, yes, I do it? I'm ready. I'm a vessel. I'm open. I'm available. I'm yielded. I trust you. I trust that you have a bigger plan for my life. And if I hear that correctly, that's what you said. God, I tried it my way, but I understand that you have a bigger plan and a bigger purpose for my life because my environment may have shaped me a little bit. But when I get a new environment, because I see God different. Now I can embrace the greatness that you placed on the inside of me. For so long, I would be embarrassed and feeling so not enough because I wasn't one of those really educated people and I had misspelled words and typos and how can you do this? You are author and you are publisher, but guess what? I've been able to produce with what other people say there may be shortcomings.
Come on now.
I'm able to walk in atmospheres and rooms and change people's lives, but I can't tell you sometimes what the words mean or spell. But I'm able to write a story in international best-selling books articulating what God gives me to write. I've been able to help almost 100 women become authors, best-selling authors, hit stages all over the world because we look at what people or who people are in the natural, but then we're not looking at what God placed in them to do in the realm of the spirit. I don't care anymore about what people think. If you see my post, you're gonna see a typo. You may pick up this magazine, you may just see a typo, but do that take away from the power of the women within the magazine? Do that take away from the anointing that God placed on it because you may see an error, you may see a typo?
That's right.
No, those are small things that small-minded people pay attention to because of their insecurities and what they have not produced. I'm to a point now, somebody asks me about something to type, I'm going to ask you, how many books have you published? How many
Come
books
on.
have you written?
Mhm.
That's what I'm going to say.
Right. That's right.
But guess what? I have embraced my story of a woman who barely could read or write. I embraced that. I embraced that, but I turned that into a message that if God can use me, he can use anybody. You look at some of the most influential people in this world, they all have a limp. They all have a shortcoming. They all have something somebody said that they could not do because they wasn't on their educational level. Last that I heard, that you did not have to have a degree to be anointed.
Come on now. Come on now.
The last that I heard, that I did not have to have letters before, after my name to be used by God. Because that's why he sent people. They're strong in your weak areas. Come on, we talking about living your life on fire. It takes a community of people that have helped you and that ignited you and that have pushed you along the way. I'm not here because I decided, okay, that I'm going to do everything right. I'm here because of the people that poured into me. We are here because of the people that has poured into us, the people that have made ways for us to be on this platform. For me, that's what it means to be a woman on fire, a woman that is yielded enough to say, you know what, I'm going to allow my mess to be somebody else's message. I'm going to allow what I've been through and I'm going to give it to God and say, God, you already know what I was going to go through, but you already had the message inside of me. And this is what I'm hearing. Sometimes we have to move the scales from our eyes so that we can see clear. Because sometimes going through the fire, we can be clouded by the smoke. And we can't see how God is defining us as the diamonds that we are. I think that's why I love bling. I'm so in love with bling. I'm in love with bling because it shines. But if you look at a diamond, it has to be crushed. It has to be taken through the fire for it to produce all the jewels and the diamonds that we so love today. So if I were to look at an image of fire, it would be a diamond. For me, it would be a diamond. Let me tell you, so is there anything, Angela, that you want to encourage the people about? Any final words, your advice of how somebody else can live their life on fire?
I just want to say that there is abundance on the other side of that fire. The abundance of God's promise is there, is waiting for you. Again, you just got to answer the call. You know what I mean? It's okay to have high standards, right? It's okay to have high expectations. You are it. You are it, and exude that. Don't let nobody take that away from you. Don't be ashamed of it. It's okay to be bold. It's okay to be loud. It's okay to be too much because you're not too much. It's okay to be all those things because God loves you anyway. You have that talent and there's somebody else that wants it. There's somebody else that needs your testimony. Share it, right? There's somebody else that is watching you saying, you know what? She just as loud as I am and it's okay. And it's okay, right? So just, like I said, we only get to do this life thing just the one time. So dance in the rain, sing like ain't nobody looking, and just live your life and just don't care. Just don't care. Because if you drop dead tomorrow, they don't care what you had on. They don't care if you had a BBL. They don't care if your hair was toe up. None, they don't care about any of that, right? So just live your life on fire. Womanhood is an art, man. Womanhood is an art. And you just got to live it. And you just got to do it. You just got to do it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Angela, for embracing us, embracing the pages, right, of the magazine with your presence. Thank you. So look, we're about to keep this ball rolling. We're about to bring up another woman to the fire stage. She's living her life on fire in the health field. She is making her mark in this world. She is a mother. She is a server. She's a giver. She's a ball of energy. None other than Lorraine Whyte, the leadership coach. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and all those amazing things.
Hi, everyone. Good night. How are you guys doing? Hi, Coach AB. My name is Lorraine E.S. Whyte, leadership coach, or Coach LE. I am profession is a nurse and been a nurse for over 25 years. I have 2 children, biological children, but also have bonus children, 5 bonus children. And I am a best-selling author. I'm presently working on, I completed, yes, the second one, working on the third. Oh, wow. Will be my third feature in your magazine, the Fire magazine. So, wow. I am still in awe. So that's who I am.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about what it means for you to live your life on fire.
That is a loaded question. Living my life on fire. Wow. All you ladies have, expounded in that so well. For me, living my life on fire, it has taken some time for me to get to this level, because of the fact that you doubt yourselves in, like, should not, or you allow someone to throw water on your fire. But for me right now, doing the things that I'm doing, regardless of what other people are saying or may think, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I'm just doing what God's placed in my heart, a long time ago. Just being me, just being me, just being yourself. I'm doing me, doing Lorraine, doing Queen E.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, what advice would you give somebody who's looking to level up their fire or take their fire to the next level? What would you tell them?
Stop listening to the negative. Stop listening to people who are not for you. Stop listening to people who are not going anywhere, who are stagnant. You have to be surrounded by people who are moving, constantly moving, have big ideas. And so those ideas you can push you to do better things. So that would be my advice for others, to keep moving. Don't stay stagnant.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, look, don't stay stagnant. Don't allow other people to put your fire out. Don't allow yourself to continue to play small when you know you're called to go big or go home. Don't allow others to determine what your fire should be or to look like. I love it. Any last final words, Lorraine, you would like to share?
Just be authentic. Be yourself. Be yourself. Too long I have, allowed Lorraine not to shine. I have allowed others to say what they want to say and just keep quiet. But now it's where, in writing, in speaking, I'm able to, empower, encourage others to be who God wants them to be. Don't just be yourself.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, so because every time we get to a point where we are highlighting all of these great women in the magazine, I think sometimes we forget to get AB's point of view. And so, AB, I know when you first was, talking about the Fire Girl magazine, and I'm only doing one because I'm not going to do a whole lot. And in my mind, I'm like, it all sounds so good, but once everybody gets to know her, there is she's like Lay's potato chips. You can't do just one. And so here we are on number 3. What would you say is different for this one versus when you first started?
I say this one really speaks volume into the overall brand and who I am as a woman. For me, this one is also different because I really get, and we really get to show the world how to live your life on fire. because one woman may define going through her fire with all the trials and all the things you've been through, right? So one woman may say, because I'm a mother and I'm doing my thing. One may say, because I've built my business and I've been resilient. While I may say that I no longer associate my fire to what I've been through. I've really learned to redefine the fire and see the positive in the fire. When I say I'm living my life on fire, I'm saying I'm living my life as a feminine woman. I'm living my life as an impactful woman. I'm living my life as a rich woman. I'm living my life as an extraordinary woman. I don't think about being drugged through the mud and all those things, but I wanted my fire to mean something deeper than the trials. I wanted it to be a legacy that can be passed on. I don't want to pass on the trauma that I experienced in going through the things. I don't want to pass on the financial hardship. I don't want to pass on the pain, but I want to, you can live your life on fire. You can be feminine. You can be impactful. You can be rich, and you can be extraordinary. So this magazine gives me an opportunity to highlight those women that have defined their fire and they live in it unapologetically.
I love it. And I do like how, we know the breakdown of fire, but all of the women together builds that extraordinary flame, that like all the different components, everybody brings something to the flame to make it, more
explosive. Yeah, right.
Yes.
More explosive.
Yeah. So to those that don't know you or don't know us, what would be your advice to them when it comes to reigniting their fire or living their life on fire?
You know what? I would say stay around people who are on fire. Stay around people who have enough substance that can reignite your fire when you may be low. Stay around people that knows your future fire before you even get there and able to speak to it. Stay around people who have enough knowledge and wisdom to help you out your fire. Stay around people who have what it takes to position you to be the flame. And never underestimate the power of your fire.
That's good.
That's what I would say. Because sometimes we underestimate what's inside of us because of our natural eyes, because of the things we've been through, because of what people have told us. If I were to listen to what people have told me, I would not be doing what I'm doing now. But they didn't understand what God placed in me. They didn't see what God was showing me. I trusted enough in who I am and who God is to me to say, I hear you. You've held me down too long. I've heard your voices too much in my head. Now it's time to disconnect so that I can reconnect to the fire that is authentic for me.
I love it. If I had a mic, I would mic drop right there.
Hold on, y'all already know.
Oh, I forgot you got a mic.
Awesome. Look, you guys, we are having a blast. We have you have seen some of the women that have been featured in the magazine. To hear all and see all the other women, you can go right now to www.angelabrandenterprise.com. We have Tracy Dancy, we have April Oliver, Angela Mitchell, Alyssia Johnson, Pastor Korona Ross. We have Jolie, Rashawn. We have Daphine Nichols. We have D Cousins. I think there are about 11 women that was featured in this magazine. Look, you guys, one of the things about the media and publicity and really getting featured in these magazines is these magazines are published. They are published publicly. And one of the things that you have to understand about PR and marketing and branding, you want to stay in front of people. You want to continuously to share your story, be a part of magazines, podcasts, interviews, whatever you can be seen. How can we know who you are and what you do if we don't see you? How would you even know these women unless they was featured? So if you're watching Facebook, YouTube, webs on the website, wherever that you're watching from, I want you to ask yourself, if I know I have something inside of me, who know it? Where am I showing up at? Who know it? Who have heard my name? What am I leaving in people? What content do I have out in the world? I was listening to Eric Thomas a few years ago, and he made this profound statement, and I had to get busy. He said, I have enough content to put out for the next 10 years. That's we're talking 365 days times 10. Do you have enough content to put out for the next 5 years? Let's just say for the next year. Have your voice being heard across the World Wide Web so that your legacy can be heard, your story can be heard, your presence can be felt. Social media has literally changed the trajectory of this world. Are you leaving your footprint in this digital space? Are you leaving your footprint in this world impactful enough to others throughout the next generation can remember the sound of your voice? There are some people's voices, we don't even have to see their face. We hear their voice. Nobody can ever ask, is that Martin Luther King talking? Because we know his voice. We know the tone when he said, let freedom ring. We know the tone of his voice when he said, I have a dream. Will people remember your voice? And they can learn from you because of what you have put out. These women drop so many nuggets in these magazines about how to live your life on fire, the advice they're given, articles in this magazine. How to live your life on fire. What do you need to do? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. All these different things. Stay connected to the fire. Get your copy of the magazine. Go to www.herfire. www.angelabrandenterprise.com. The link is in the comment, is in the description. Find somewhere to click and get your copy of the magazine. Ladies, you have any last words that you guys want to share with everyone? Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Go get your copy. Go get your copies. Go get your copies, ladies and gentlemen.
Any last words, ladies?
Thank you, Angela. Thank you.
Yes.
When you start calling me Angela?
Thank you, thank you, AB.
Thank you.
She keep getting me on that. I don't know what.
Thank you.
Thank you, AB. Thank you, AB.
Awesome. Anybody else? Pastor, in the last word?
I just want to say thank you. And I just want to say to those who are listening, realize that you have your own fire. You just have to get to the point where you allow it to be fanned, you allow it to grow, you allow it to burn brightly. Don't be ashamed or afraid of your fire.
Yes.
Good.
Jolie the Great.
I will just say, just embrace your fire, and don't think that you don't allow yourself to be consumed in your fire. Embrace it, and know that the fire is there to help you to grow, not to destroy you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys already know. I will see you in the fire. You
In
guys
the fire.
be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed. Woo!